It's week 3, day 3, aka 13 days into working my 9 to 5. I honestly don't know how much longer I'm going to keep making this series because at this point, I feel like I have a lot more things to say outside of my 9 to 5, just like topics in general, but maybe I'll just do this for the first month and then after that, we'll see. But man, today I felt it, man. Like, I was talking about this a little bit during my Tuesday video, but it just seems like each day is just getting worse and worse. And I know, like, things happen, right? Like these things happen, and it's my first 9 to 5, and I'm just getting so much responsibility. Like, I'm just getting hit by so many things at once. And again, it doesn't help that 2 of my fellow coworkers are quitting literally this week, right? Like the day that I'm recording this, February 11th, her last day is tomorrow, February 12th, Thursday, right? And then after that, literally February 13th on Friday is just going to be me and this other coworker guy basically tanking all the shots. Like, we're going to be dealing with the customers on a daily basis. Like, that's that. And we even have to have separate lunchtime because then if he goes and I go at the same time, then no one's going to be there to help the customers or whatever. And so that means either he goes first or I go first. And then whoever goes first, the other one is taking the spot at the front and taking the customers, whatever, so on and so forth. And again, we don't have a trainer. So everything that I've learned so far is just from watching my other fellow coworkers, mostly watching how the girl coworker, she does her job because she's been here for about 8 months and she's, got everything figured out. But again, I'm just writing down these notes and I'm taking in situations that are happening every single day, but that doesn't cover every single situation because there's still situations that I've yet to face. There's a lot of daily situations that happens every single day that I'm pretty much familiar with. I still need a little bit of practice. I know I'm still technically just starting out, but this just doesn't feel right, man. Like, it's just so hard. And I know it's only gonna get harder because once that person leaves, guess what? This guy is also leaving, and he put in his 2 weeks notice last week, which means that he still has 1 more week, right? So the week after today, Friday, like next week Friday, that's his final day. And guess what? After that, if there's no new recruits or if they don't transfer someone from another, within the company or whatever, it's literally gonna be me. Like, I'm not even kidding, guys. It's just me. I'm gonna be at the front, handling every single customer's request, dealing with all of their stuff. Whether they want to do something with, again, I'm not trying to be specific, right? Like, I'm not even, honestly, guys, I'm not even scared about, getting fired. I don't think my job is, that important or whatever. I don't even know if I should just make it obvious, right? Or about, what I do, because I really don't care at this point, right? And that might be very ungrateful to say, but man, I don't know, man. It just, I was even having a hard time to just sit down and record this because I didn't even want to record this. I was just going through the motions of life, and I was just having so many negative emotions coming back home. And you know what? This will be the main topic for today's video. The main topic that I want to really talk about is focusing on the present moment. If there's one thing that today or this week in general has just taught me, is that the present moment is so important and so important to cherish this present moment, especially because of the fact that this 9 to 5 has taken away a majority of my day and majority of my time day to day, that every single time that I just go to sleep or I just sit in front of my desk, I'm just so hyper aware of the time and just so hyper aware of just this present moment and me just focusing on the present moment. I'll give you guys an example. Every night when I go to sleep, these past few days, ever since I have had a 9 to 5, I have not slept a single night where it's just from 8, or actually, sorry, I'm going to sleep at like 12 o'clock and I wake up at 8 o'clock. I've never once had a day where it's just like this to that. I always wake up in the middle of the night. Either either my brain just wants to wake me up and I check the clock and oh look it's 7 or oh look it's 6 a.m. I go back to sleep and oh look it's 8 a.m. right? And again, the time, like I'm just so hyper aware of time, or I guess just present moment in general, that whereas before I wouldn't really enjoy driving, right? Now I actually I'm just so present in just driving, because I just realized that this right here, like commuting to work, driving, that's so much better than working. Like in a weird way, I actually really appreciate the drive and the commute to work, and especially the commute back, even though there's always a traffic jam and it gets super delayed because of that. What normally would take 40 minutes now takes an hour for me to get home. I enjoy every single minute that I'm in that car and I'm driving home, simply because I know that I'm not on my workplace, and knowing that I'm going to get back home and I'm going to be even more present, because again, time goes by really quickly once I get back home. And I'm just looking at the clock. I get home at like 6:30. Oh look, not even like 6 hours later, boom, 12 o'clock. It's time to go to sleep. It's time to repeat the day like a robot, like an NPC again, right? But now I'm just so present, and I'm just so acutely aware of just the timing of things, and just me paying attention to the clock, and just being just so present. I don't know if this is like coming off the video right, but I guess that's just kind of my feeling right now. It's just I'm just so present right now because of the fact that this 9 to 5 has taken away so much of my time, that everything else I do outside of work, I'm just so present at it, and I just focus on it. I'm not like drifting through my 6 to 12 after work like in an NPC kind of way. I am just like so aware of things, and I'm just focusing on the present moment. I guess that's the main thing, to take away, just to focus on your present moment. Be grateful that you're unemployed, if you are unemployed right now, because working at 9 to 5, it's not everything it seemed to be. And this is a help that I actually just got my 2-week check today that I just emailed my supervisor, and now she's gonna have to forward that to her payroll team, and then her payroll team obviously then deposits the money back into my bank. And yeah, the pay isn't great. Pay is not good. I don't want to give away the specific number, but I mean it's also not counting my 1 hour break, right? So it's like an 8-hour day, but it's actually 7 hours. Do the math, 35 hours. Instead of 40 hours a week. Add two of the weeks up, 70 hours a week instead of an 80-hour week. I don't know if that's just me. I haven't yet asked some of our senior coworkers, because maybe they have like a different thing where they're like a paid lunch break. But again, it just seems kind of unfair. It's like, why is this 70 hours and not 80 hours? I thought it was a paid lunch break, right? Like, at least give me 30 minutes, so it's like 75 hours. Like, I'm still working. Like, I get it. This is like an entry-level position. This is like a starting position. But still, I don't think it's fair. And the amount of money I make per 2 weeks is less than $1,500. In total, in a week, aka 4 weeks, right? So 4 weeks, that's about a month. I make less than $3,000. Yeah, I make less than $3,000 a month. And that sure as hell is not going to be sustainable if I was living on my own, of course. Right now, I'm still lucky to be living with my parents, but man, if I was kicked out one day, or if I were to move out, I would have to take the bus every day. I wouldn't even have a car because I'm using my parents' car. I wouldn't have a place to live because I would have to basically rent and barely have anything to eat. It's just messed up. Like, and it's not just me. I think this is a whole nother topic, but it's just society in general, especially in our 2020s, man. Gen Z, we're struggling, bro. We're struggling. There's people out there with multiple degrees that still can't get a job, or they get a job, but again, it's like me, where they're barely getting paid and they're barely scraping by every single day, and they have to just do the bare minimum and get paid the bare minimum, or to do the maximum at their work, but then they get paid the bare minimum, right? Like, that's how messed up this world is right now. That's how messed up things are in general. You know, it's not fair. It's not fair for Gen Zs, guys. It's not fair for Gen Zs. It's not fair for society in general. I used to think that the world was going to be overpopulated, but now the world's going to be underpopulated. People aren't having kids. Things are looking more like gloom and doom, blissful, whatever you want to call it. And things are only going to get harder. And it sucks, man. It just sucks. And I feel it every single day that I'm just home after work. I just look forward to coming home now, because I'm like, man, at least I'm not at work dealing with customers, dealing with systems on the computer, and just all of that just bull crap. And I will say this, in a weird way, if they want to fire me right now, that's totally fine. In fact, I would actually be happy if they were to fire me, right? Like, I'm still trying my best. Like, I'm still giving my 100%. Well, maybe like more like 80 to 90% when I should be giving my 100%, right? But I say that, but there's low-key, like, they low-key can't fire me. And what I mean by that is, if they fire me, right, that's it. Like they're kind of cooked. Like this company, like, it's not just like one entity, right? Like, I'll just say this, like, it's a branch, right? Like, it's a branch, and so because of that, they're kind of cooked. Because that means that they have to go to HQ and they have to somehow, like, transfer some of, like, their employees to here or whatever, or they hire new guys. But guess what? The new guys, they're not gonna have a clue to know what to do, and so they're cooked either way, right? Because I'm now the second senior, right? Like, I'm now the second most, like, experienced, most knowledgeable person. And so if they want to fire me, that's fine. In fact, I low-key want you to fire me, because at least that means I don't have to work this job, even though I've only lasted for 3 weeks, if that's the case, which is kind of pathetic, if I'm being honest with myself, right? Because, again, it's like, what kind of willpower do you have if you can only last at this job for 3 weeks, essentially, right? And I don't even know if I want to count the first 2 weeks, because the first 2 weeks I was basically doing nothing. And just watching and training. And I guess that's kind of fair, because, like, for most jobs, the training phase is like 3 months, right? And then it's like after 3 months, like, that's when you become like a full-fledged, like, employee. You can get, like, vacation time, you can get paid holidays, like, all that kind of stuff, right? But again, I feel like right now, like, I can admit to myself that, yeah, it's like I have to just, like, stick with it, right? Because I need to get this experience. And, you know, imagine doing a job for 3 weeks and then after just quitting, right? Like, that's pretty stressful. But again, a lot of my other coworkers, from what I heard, it's like newbies like me, they also quit, right? They also quit within a month, 3 months, because, like, they can't handle the pressure. So it's not just like a me thing, right? Like, I had 10 other people from 2024 all the way to 2026 that have all either quit, been fired, or found a better job. So that's what they did. And so, yeah, basically that's it. I'm just dreading work now. I'm recording this at night. I know Thursday's gonna be terrible, and on Friday, oh, dude, what was supposed to be a good Friday, like a relaxing Friday, is now gonna turn into the worst Friday, because that girl's leaving on Friday, which means that Thursday's her last day, and Friday comes and I have basically no backup. I am screwed. I am absolutely screwed. Well, that's about it. If you did get something out of this, please subscribe. Please help me out in my time of misery, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.